Good day to my lecturer. We are Group 4 from Section 1 that include me, Long PT, Nur Izzati Fasihah, Muhammad Afiq Anam, and Hans Long. We would like to present how our team used CMMS chosen, which is the MaintainX, for the generation of reports and discuss on how CMMS will increase the productivity and competitiveness of an organization.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and my name is Muhammad Afiq bin Rosmadi, and my matrix number is EA20009. Today I will explain about the equipment 1, which is dry machine, and it is a Electrolux model 7.5 kg ultimate care, which is used to remove moisture from a lot of textiles. The requirement for MTTR equipment 1 is 4 hours of 3 times failures within 1 month. As you all can see here, this is all the dates and times of work order, which is the breakdown for the equipment 1, which is the first time is 2 hours, the second time is 1 hour, and the third time is 1 hour. As we can see here in figure 1, shown the timeline of run and breakdown for equipment 1, which is the firstly this machine breakdown for 2 hours, and after 25 hours of running there is one breakdown following with 14 hours of running. It has 1 hour more breakdown. So we'll continue to MaintainX, and this is the picture and description of the function for dry machine. After that, for the reporting part, here we can see the total hours is 4.2 hours, and this is all the list of work order for dry machine, which have 3 times failures. So for the work order, this is the description for every work order of dry machine, and the categories of damage at height level, and we need to set it in progress until the maintenance is done. After that, as you all can see here, this is the MTTR report for this machine. The total hours is 4.2 hours, following with average hour is 1.4 hours, and lastly the MTTR average hours is 1.4 hours. Next, we go to the result and discussion for equipment 1. Based on the report compute in MaintainX software, the MTTR report generated for equipment 1, which is the dry machine, is shown in the figure below. And next, the manual calculation for MTTR can also be done by using the formula described previously, by taking the total hours of 4.2 hours and having 3 times failures, which will give the MTTR value of 1.4 hours. Lastly, since the MaintainX application will record the exact maintenance time, there will be a slightly different as assigned by the assignment. This is due to human error when pressing the complete work order button. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Izzati Fasihah, EA20009. I would like to present my part, which is equipment 2. As we know, MTTR is a maintenance metric that measures the average time that required to troubleshoot and repair the failed equipment. The moment the incident starts, it will consider and diagnose the issues until the issues may speak. Okay, for equipment 2, I had choose the washing machine, and the requirement for MTTR is 2 hours of 4 time failure within 1 month. Okay, this is the detail about the breakdown, dates, and times, and the duration of the breakdown for 4 work orders. Okay, all these data are created in MaintainX application. Since the requirement of MTTR is 2 hours of failures, so I decide to make it 30 minutes for each breakdown. Okay, this is the graph for timeline of run and breakdown for equipment 2. Okay, the total of running time here is equal to 1 month, which is mean if we total it up, 551 hours plus 32 hours plus 38 hours plus 35 hours and plus 38 hours, we will get a total hours of 1 month. This is MaintainX application. Okay, this is my asset for equipment 2, which is washing machine. Okay, as we know, washing machine is a machine that we use to wash dry clothes, and it contains a barrel where the clothes are placed, where it will be filled with water, and then it will rotate very quickly by using a motor to make the water remove dirt from the clothes. This is the data for this washing machine. This is serial number, model, manufacturer, and year. And this washing machine was located in a production room. This is the report for MTTR for equipment 2. The total hours is 2 hours, and from here we can see the cause of the breakdown. Okay, for example, this washing machine was breakdown due to there is a water leaking at the washing machine. The pipe section might be broke that may cause the water leak. And this is the other example. This is for the breakdown, which is there is a mold around the front loading door. Okay, this is the graph for MTTR average hour of equipment 2. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lokiki. I would like to explain how I use a CMMS chosen, which is the MaintainX, to track and check the equipment that is responsible by me, which is the equipment 3 among all the 8 types of the equipment. And the direct bulk conveyor is chosen as our equipment 3, and its function is to carry and transport the materials, typically in the industrial control environment, to increase the efficiency of the work. So how do I work in this MaintainX? Firstly, I will click the new asset button to enter all the needed informations for the asset, like the asset name, the manufacturer, model, serial number, which are important for us to keep in track with the equipment. For example, if we need to replace the belt for my direct bulk conveyor, then the model is very important for us to get a correct and exact replacement item. Then I will create the work orders, in which the work orders is like the situations. When the equipment is broken, then we need to place an order to fix it or repair it. And so the time for the work orders we will determine by referring to the question needed, in which for equipment 3, we'll use the 215 hours over 3 run times between failure within 1 month to calculate the MDBF value. So I will create the work orders by clicking the new work order here and key in the informations in which part is the failure and the procedure how we gonna to fix it. And then after we set it up, we will create it, and after we create it, it's like the situation. After we set it up, we will click the in progress button to indicate we are in the process of fixing the equipment. After the time to repair the equipment, like an hour or half an hour, the equipment can be back to the operating normally. Then we will click the done button. For example, for my equipment 3, the direct belt conveyor here, it having 4 work orders history, and it allocated 5 hours of the breakdowns from this work order. This is the table of the breakdowns, the date and the time. And from the timeline created here, we can see the interval hour, which is the 74 hours, 88 hours 45 minutes, 52 hours and 15 minutes. And when we total up these 3 interval hours, we will get 215 hours, and this is compiled with the instruction needed in the questions. After we set it up with the work orders, we will go to the reporting area here in the MaintainX, and MaintainX enables us to sort and filter the report needed. For example, I already filters here in which only see the asset, the equipment 3 direct belt order here, and we could clearly see the total hours of the breakdown is 5 hours, and the MTTR average hours is already calculated automatically by MaintainX. But the drawbacks of the MaintainX is that it cannot calculate the MTBF values automatically. Actually, this is not a big issue, since we could calculate the MTBF values by using the formula here, in which the total operational time divided by the total numbers of failure, in which for the equipment 3, the total operational time is 739 hours, and the total numbers of failure is 4 times in the month of May. So we successfully got our MTBF value of 184.75 hours, and this equal to the 7.7 days. And this data means that this direct belt conveyor equipment 3 is able to operate approximately 8 days between each time of the failure. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Salam sejahtera and good day, Doctor. My name is Panzerung, and today I'm going to present the equipment 4 and also make the conclusion for this project. So as we can see that the requirement for MTBF equipment 4, which is 170 hours over 5 run times between the failures in a period of 1 month. And this equipment 4 is actually a motor pump, which is located at the pump room. So the date, times and duration for the 6 work orders are created and also recorded in the MaintainX reporting. And the table below here tabulate the data in the MaintainX. And this is the simple graph which I sketched in the OneNote apps, and which illustrate the timeline of run and breakdown for equipment 4. As we can see that there is 5 intervals between this breakdown, which is the first interval 34 hours, second interval 35 hours, third interval 36 hours, fourth interval 32 hours, and also the fifth interval 33 hours. And these 5 intervals add up, we can get the 170 hours, and which meet the MTBF of the equipment 4. Now we are at the MaintainX application at the assets info here. As we know that the equipment 4, which is the motor pump, and the asset types, which is at the production line. And here shows all the data key in for the motor pump and also the work orders of the motor pumps in the past months. So now let's go to the reporting side here. As we can see that the total hours allocated for the maintenance for this motor pump breakdown, which is 3 hours, and the MTTR average hour is 0.5 hours. But this is not what we want. As we click into here, we can also see the list of work orders done for the maintenance breakdowns. And the RCA can be done by analyzing this list of work orders. And we find that the root cause of this motor pump breakdown, which is the physical cause, was the ball bearing jam. The root cause was ball bearing insertion without using the proper tools, and the latent cause was management ignorance of expert advice. So as we determine the root cause for this maintenance of water pump breakdown, the frequency of this motor pump breakdown shall be reduced in the next month if we carry out the proper action here. So now we come back to the MTBF for the equipment 4. As MaintainX didn't show the MTBF report, so we need to calculate the MTBF by using manual calculation. But this is not a big problem as the calculation is not too complicated. The MTBF, which is the MTBF equation, which is the total operational times over the total number of failures, and the total operation time according to the timeline above, which I explained just now, which is 716.8 hours divided by total number of failures, which is 6, and we get that the MTBF, which is 119.64667 hours, and we convert these hours into days, which approximately 5 days. So this indicates that the equipment 4 can operate approximately 5 days in between the failure in average. As a conclusion, this MaintainX application is a very convenient and also a very user-friendly CMMS apps, which can help us sort all equipment breakdowns and also record all the repair types for each type of equipment. The MaintainX also helps us generate the MTTR report for each type of equipment and other necessary data. But too bad lah, this MaintainX doesn't generate the MTBF report that we need to calculate manually. But luckily, the MTBF formula is very easy, so it's very easy to calculate lah. And other than that, we should execute the root cause analysis on equipment if necessary, so that we can know that which specific part we need to fix and find a solution to fix and improve the overall performance of the equipment. Just now, like the very good example, which is the equipment 4, the water motor pump, where the specific problem encountered by the water motor pump has been identified, so that we know that we should fix the ball bearing, and later the performance of this water motor pump will improve in the coming months. So the CMMS software is the key to the completion for our project. But very bad, the MaintainX only have 1 month free trial, so we need to complete our project fast. That's all. Thank you for your attention, doctor, and have a good day.